Hello, can you put me through to Emma Goss, please?
Yes, could you just hold for a moment? She's just on the other line, and I'll put you through as soon as ever she's finished.
Okay, can I ask who I'm speaking to, please?
Yes, Margaret.
Margaret, okay.
Okay.
Margaret Wort?
That's right.
Okay, thank you very much,
Just
Margaret.
bear with me. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hi, sorry to trouble you. Do you know, I'm just being told that Emma's apparently not here. Can someone else help you?
Possibly yourself, please.
Oh, go on then. What can I do for
I've got a reference number.
Yeah, okay.
It's 13
Yeah,
double hyphen
yeah.
2023.
2023, okay. What
Ye-
can I do?
Yes, I sent a request. Just one second, let me find it. For a... I'll get to it. For a quote
Yeah,
regarding a trial.
yeah,
Now, I've received a letter back from Emma Goss,
yeah,
dated the 20th of June 2013.
yeah.
Can I read you part of the letter out?
Of course.
Further to your letter dated the 16th of May 2013, we are writing to confirm that we are unable to supply a transcript of the proceedings on the 13th of March, 14th of March, 15th of March and 16th of March 2007.
Yeah,
As requested, as all the tapes records have been destroyed.
yeah,
However, we are in possession of a few transcripts,
yeah.
which are as follows. Proceedings from the 11th, from 11:30
Yeah.
to the end on the 13th of March 2007.
Yeah,
The summing up
yeah,
to and including the verdict
yeah,
from the 16th of March 2007
yeah.
and the sentencing remarks from the 3rd of August 2007.
Yeah, okay.
Now, can I ask who requested the transcript?
Unfortunately, that's not something that I can tell you. You cannot ask, no, because whoever orders transcripts from us do so in a confidential or on a confidential basis, and we're not at liberty to provide anybody with the information of who else has ordered a transcript for what reason they ordered it.
Yes, it's quite understandable.
You know, I mean,
But
you,
what
I'm sure wouldn't want people necessarily to know.
what I'm actually getting at is, now all the recordings allegedly have been destroyed.
I promise you they have.
Now, someone has ordered a transcript of the proceedings from the 11th of, from 11:30
To the end of the day. I mean, may
on
I
the
just interrupt you and say this?
go on.
Although we've got the proceedings from 11:30, it doesn't necessarily follow that the proceedings prior to 11:30 had anything at all to do with the case that you're interested in, or if it did have anything to do with the case you're interested in, that in fact they hadn't already been transcribed, but for some reason we do not have access to them. You see, we have sellers, as I'm sure we have informed you, and I hope we have, went into liquidation in October, and we took over the, the continuous contracts. Unfortunately, sellers had got their archive into a muddle, and there are so many things missing from it that we were unable, or we just literally were unable to get hold of all of the media data that they had obviously recorded, and as a
Crown Court.
Oh, Derby. Well, Derby's a different kettle of fish altogether. Derby we've had for a very long time. I thought you were talking about a London court. I'm so sorry. As far as we're concerned, we have to keep tapes for 5 years. And Marjo 7, of course, is out of date. So there is nothing at all that we can do about that. But I certainly could find out for you whether there was at some stage a transcript prior to 11:30. I really don't know. I really, really, really don't know. You've never spoken to me before, and I am not dealing with this particular case. But so I don't understand why it is they've transcribed from 11:30 to the end. I really don't know.
Obviously, someone else would have requested it
Oh, at some stage.
at some stage, but not the High Court,
I don't know.
because the High Court only required the sentencing remarks, not the sentencing remarks. Sorry, the summing up and the judge's summing up,
Well, it may be. I don't know.
which I do have.
I don't know. May I ask you what your sort of interest in this particular case is? Are you a defendant?
I'm a defendant, yes.
Defendant. The thing is, of course, that
You see, let me interrupt you there. The thing I find very strange about this situation is that on one particular occasion when I was meant to attend the court for the sentencing, I actually went, although I was told that it had been adjourned.
Okay.
I went and sat in the court and observed. And I observed a microphone on the witness stand.
That's right.
When I was at court being prosecuted, there was no microphone.
Are you sure about that?
I'm 100% sure.
And when you're saying no microphone, you mean no microphone on the witness stand?
There was no microphone on the witness stand.
But of course, you see, they may have decided that it was a better recording if they put it perhaps up on the bench. I don't know where the witness stand is in the court that you're referring to, but it may be that they found that they got a better recording by having it sort of higher up or lower down.
Or perhaps there wasn't no recording at all.
Well, to be fair, that wouldn't be the case.
I think it may be.
Can I tell you why it wouldn't be the case? Because there's not just one microphone in the court. There is, the microphones normally are with counsel, those counsel or however many counsel there are, and the judge has a microphone, and there is normally a witness box microphone. And so there are several microphones through the court, and whatever is said would be picked up by the microphones that are there anyway. So even if the microphone on the witness box wasn't there for some reason, I can't think that, why that would be. I think it probably may have been moved up or down or, across or whatever.
You see, I've got
Whatever was said by the witness would be picked up by someone else.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Like I said, I do have the summing up and all the documents, the transcripts from the Royal Court of Justice.
Yeah, okay.
And I've completed what's it called now, well, I actually compared them and cross-referenced everything.
Yeah, okay.
Now, these have got incorrect facts.
Well,
I actually completed and produced critiques
yeah, okay. Well,
outlining these facts,
yeah, okay.
incorrect facts,
Yeah.
which points to the being fraudulent.
I don't know who you think that there would be fraud by, to be honest with you. I've no idea. Tell me your name, will you? I don't know.
My name is Martin Glasgow.
Martin Glasgow. Okay. Mr. Glasgow, I don't know who it is that you think has
me put it another way. Now, if you can't tell me who has ordered this, apart from the Royal Courts of Justice, has ordered this transcript from the 11:30 onwards to the end of the 13th of March 2007, because obviously somebody's either requested it,
Well,
or
yeah.
it's been produced at my request for a quote.
That I can't tell you. I mean, I can't tell you because Mr. Glasgow, you will appreciate, I know absolutely nothing about this case.
Because it's a month since I requested a quote
Yeah,
to the day,
yeah, but,
the date of this reply by Emma Goss.
yeah, well, you know,
So a good month
yeah,
would give ample time to produce a document.
what document do you want her to produce? You want to know who it is that ordered the transcript. She can't tell you that.
No, you've just explained that. But I'm putting facts forward. Now, I've requested transcripts of certain days, but you can only produce one for the first day.
Yeah,
But nobody's requested it.
well, it may be that that's the case, but the thing is that we do not now have, from '07, the recordings of the proceedings on those days. Because
Do you archive everything?
we archive everything. But,
So therefore you should have it in the archives.
yeah, but wait a minute. We only keep them for 5 years. They are archived for 5 years.
And how are they archived?
They're archived for 5 years, and after 5 years, they are destroyed.
How are they archived?
Well, because we have an archive.
No, how? Are they on tape, magnetic tape,
They're like-
hard drive, or
They're tapes.
magnetic tapes?
Yes, that's right. That's right. And then they're destroyed. And after 5 years, they are destroyed. And Emma Goss has obviously looked into this, and they have been destroyed. So there is no availability of these tapes to transcribe. Now,
But if they were available, she wouldn't have done it anyway.
no, of course. Well, what do you mean she wouldn't have done what?
Because of this from the 11th, you've got a transcript
Yeah,
of the proceedings from 11:30
to the end.
to the end on the 13th of March.
That's right.
And if you've got somebody's requested that, then they would have obviously requested all and every days,
Not necessarily.
not just the first day.
Mr. Glasgow, not necessarily. I don't know why anybody ordered this. I have no idea. And as far as we're concerned, we produce transcripts that are ordered, and only people that are entitled to have them can have them. We cannot produce transcripts to people that are not entitled to them. We can supply the Court of Appeal, we can supply defendants, and there are other legal departments that we can supply to. I can't tell you who has ordered this. I have no idea. But all I do know is that Emma has obviously gone a very great long way to try and help you, because she has made the archivist look to see whether there had ever been transcripts produced of this case to help you, because she didn't need to do that. She has obviously gone an extra mile to help you, and she has found from our archives that we do have transcripts for the 13th of March '07, which is one of the days that you were looking for, and it starts at 11:30. Now, she doesn't know whether this case only came in at 11:30, because on the 13th, which was the first day, presumably, of your trial, it may be that your case wasn't the first case in the court list, and it may be that there was a totally different case being heard between, say, 10:30 and 11:30, which is why this transcript may have only started at 11:30. I don't know. I have no idea. But what I do know is that she has told
Yeah, I know why. Why? It's from the 11th, from 11:30,
Go on then.
because the first witness failed to turn up.
Ah, so you had to adjourn it, did you?
No, it wasn't adjourned. They carried on with the further witnesses, and the witness that was meant to turn up on the first day turned up on the second day, distraught. She was made to give evidence. She was crying her eyes out.
Well, you know, Mr. Glasgow, to be fair,
To be fair with you, Margaret Wort, Mrs. Wort, I'll put you in the picture. I've been maliciously prosecuted,
yeah.
and there's been a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice, and I have evidence of that.
Well, Mr. Glasgow, my advice to you would be go and see a good solicitor and get it dealt with. If that you feel is the case, go and see a solicitor, take advice. You know, this is now March 7th, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's in excess of 6 years ago. And this needed dealing with, Mr. Glasgow. Within 5 years, you could have had a transcript of absolutely everything that you require. But you cannot now have it because they've been destroyed. There is nothing that anybody can do about it. It is in excess of 6 years ago. And we have an obligation to keep these things for 5 years. We have kept them, I'm sure, for in excess of 5 years. But eventually you get to the stage where they have to be destroyed. And they have been destroyed. Now, I suspect, as I say, that Emma's gone the extra mile by asking the archivist to see whether in the period of March 7th we had any transcripts relating to this case, and she's obviously come up with the transcripts that she has found.
Obviously you will be aware that I've already taken my case to the Royal Courts of Justice.
I'm not personally aware of it, Mr. Glasgow.
I mean, I thought you'd have picked up on it with
only because I can
our conversation.
Well, I can see from our conversation, obviously, that's right, and also the summing up, including the verdict, has been transcribed, and I can imagine that as a result of that, the Court of Appeal has obviously had this. So you've presumably got a copy of the summing up, Mr. Glasgow?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
Like I've told you before, I've produced a critique of it.
Yeah, well, of course, that's fine. That's fine. But, I mean, the thing is, Mr. Glasgow, there is really, I don't know what it is that you feel you would like us to do, because, as I say, if you've got the transcript of the summing up on the 16th, and you presumably got the sentencing remarks from the 3rd of August, if the one thing that you haven't got is the transcript of the 13th of March, which we have obviously got a transcript of, if you want us to supply you with that, then you would need to speak to Emma and ask her for a copy, and she'll tell you. I don't know how much it would cost you. I've no idea, but she'll sort that out for you. And Mr. Glasgow, my strong advice to you would be to seek legal advice if you feel that you have been wronged. I think it's very unfortunate that you've left it so long.
No, it's not unfortunate at all. I had to gather the evidence, the required evidence, and I've actually been to received advice from a solicitor.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm glad you have.
And I've taken it forward.
Oh, well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. As I say, the only thing I can say to you is that if you decide that you would like a copy of this transcript from the 13th of March, from 11:30 to the end of the day, then let Emma know, and I'm sure she'll sort it out for you.
Well, obviously I've requested I've sent a quote, requested a quote, but she hasn't put a price on it.
Ah, well, it shouldn't cost you a very great deal of money, but I mean, I'm sure I'll have a word with her when she's in. Apparently she's had a day off today, so she won't be, but she should be in tomorrow.
Well, she has my email address.
Does she? All right. Well, I'll ask her to contact you and give you...
Sorry, yes.
You're looking from us for a quote for the proceedings on the 13th of March, is that?
That's correct, yes.
And I'll ask her to contact you and come up with a price.
And can you correct me if I'm wrong? Didn't Derby Crown Court, wasn't they involved in what they termed in the 1970s and 1970s and 80s as kangaroo courts?
No, I've never heard any such thing. Honestly, Mr. Glasgow, I haven't heard any such thing. Certainly not. Certainly not. No. No, I've never heard any such thing. No, certainly not. No, I've never heard anything of that sort at all. I mean, Derby Crown Court is a very nice court, and they've got some very good judges, and they've got some good counsel. No, certainly not. No, I've never heard anything of that sort. Certainly not. No.
Okay, Mrs. Ward.
All right. Nice to talk to you, Mr. Glasgow.
And you.
Best of luck, and as I say, get a good solicitor and deal with it. It's a pity it's taken such a time, and I'm sorry we can't provide you with a transcript, but...
These things do take time.
Of course.
You could take, for instance, Stephen Kishko
Yeah.
and Stephen Downing.
Yeah.
They were in prison for crimes they'd not committed for for nearly 26 years.
Well, of course.
And the Criminal Cases Review Commission,
Yeah.
they get paid for keeping people in prison.
I don't think that's right.
If everybody that were innocent were released from prison, they'd be out of a job, wouldn't they?
I don't think so. I'm sure.
And wasn't it John Major that set the Criminal Cases Review Commission?
I don't know.
In response to the Birmingham Six?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I do, yes.
I really don't know.
Okay, Margaret.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Anyway. Bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Morning, J L Harpham Ltd.
Hello, good morning. Can I speak to a Mrs. Somerset, please?
She no longer works here. She hasn't worked here for a number of years.
Hasn't she?
Nope.
Oh, only I've got some, a transcript,
Right, okay.
and it's incorrect.
What's the case that you...
The case,
Yeah, the case that you're referring to.
it's, just 1 second. I've got a reference number.
No, the name of the case.
The case, just 1 second. Let me find that out. It was in the administrative court,
What's the name of the party?
Glasgow, the Chesterfield Magistrates Court.
What's the name of the claimant again, please?
Glasgow.
Glasgow.
That's in Scotland, Martin Glasgow.
This is a transcript that was done 3 years ago.
That's right, yes. It's still incorrect.
But, I mean, if there's a problem, why not raise it 3 years ago?
Because I've been that busy trying to chasing justice that obviously little things get overlooked. You see, I've already had this transcript. You see, the first one was incorrect, and the second one, it's been altered to a degree where she's actually changed somebody's name to someone else's.
Who's changed?
Pardon?
Who's changed somebody's name?
Well, it looks like Mrs. Somerset's changed it.
Are you talking about the judgment or the proceedings?
The proceedings.
But, like I said, why not raise this 3 years ago? Why raise it now?
Because this is, now I'm putting everything on the internet and I need to have it right. The only alternative I've got is to put the incorrect versions and explain why.
But what's incorrect about it?
What's incorrect about it?
Yeah.
Right, on 1, 2, 3, down the paragraph 4, yes. The original version, what she sent, it says BC Rossington. Now she's changed Rossington to Rothwell, which is incorrect.
Can you send us an email with your concerns on, please?
With my concerns on?
Yeah. Just detailing what you say.
Have you not got it on your system?
Well, I have, but, well, it'll be somewhere in the office. I don't have everything at my fingertips.
No, obviously not.
And we certainly don't have the recording anymore. That's gone back to the court years ago.
And I don't
You know,
have everything at my fingertips.
raising something 3 years after the event.
That's irrelevant, really, isn't it? If it's incorrect,
Yeah,
then
if it's incorrect, why not raise it at the time?
I did raise it at the time.
Very little that we can do about it.
I received, I'll put it on the internet how it is then.
No, I mean,
And can I ask who I'm speaking to, please?
I'm asking you, send me an email with your concerns on and we will look into it. But, I mean, it's just, that's what should have happened at the time. We've been happy to do it. Compare it to the recording, you know,
Well, why didn't she do it right in the first place?
she did do it right.
She didn't. She put, I'll tell you what she did, right? On the first version, she omitted people's names and put inaudible in.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. If you can't hear what's being said, that's what he put in.
Well, I actually had copies of everything of what I'd said in court.
How?
How? I wrote everything down and then said what I needed to say.
Right, okay.
And then I supplied Mrs. Somerset with a copy, and she twisted the...
She hasn't twisted anything.
Well, it looks like it to me.
She's done as you've asked, and now 3 years after the event, you're complaining about it.
I'm not complaining. What I'm wanting is wanting to know why she did it in the first place.
But you've already raised concerns, she's done what you've asked, and now 3 years afterwards, you're saying it's not right.
You see, the thing is, just 1 second, can I ask who I'm speaking to
My
first?
name's David.
David,
Yeah.
right. I was prosecuted, right, for printing and publishing. Now, that's a total defamation.
Well, as I say, can you put all these concerns in an email to us and we'll look into it for you?
You see, it's not just that really, because I was prosecuted previously, and the transcribers I've contacted, Margaret Wort and Co, have told me a cock and bull story telling me that their archives have been destroyed.
From when?
From 2007. Now,
When did
I know
you
that...
ask the question?
Pardon?
When did you ask them the question?
That's irrelevant because... Just 1 second, let me explain it to you. I'm not... Stephen Pisco and Stephen Downing, their information was available 26 years after, and that was before the implication of the Freedom of Information Act and the Data Protection Act.
But they've got nothing to do with how long court archives are kept.
Court archives are kept because obviously they must be kept for a long time.
6 years.
I've had conversations with people about Data Protection Act.
They're kept for 6 years unless we're told otherwise.
They kept for 6 years now, have they?
They always have been.
Yeah? So, if somebody is found to be innocent after a period of time, they can't go down to them archives and find out why they were found guilty.
Not unless we've been asked to keep them for a specific reason, which we are in certain cases.
In certain cases.
Yeah, with, Court of Appeal and criminal cases.
Well, that's where I've been, Court of Appeal. I've been, in actual fact, to tell you the truth, I've been right up to the European Court of Human Rights.
Right.
Now, I've put a load of information on the website I've put together.
Right.
And I've had conversations with the European Court of Human Rights, who say that my application has never arrived. But if you listen to the conversation, obviously it has arrived, but this making excuses not to deal with it.
Right.
Now, this is on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, but as I say, if you send us an email with your concerns on, we'll look into it for you.
So how can you look into it if your archives are not available? If it's gone back?
I've got the records of everything we've done.
Pardon?
I've got the records of every transcript that we've ever done, so I'll have a look at it for you.
Well, I've looked at it and,
Certainly, yeah.
well,
No problem.
you've got the information anyway.
No, but
So I don't need to send you an email.
I want you to send me an email telling me what you say is wrong. And if you don't do that, then I'm not looking into anything.
Well, I'll put it on the internet and I'll let the public decide then.
Be my guest.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.